Welcome to Give Yourself Grace. I'm your host, Grace Perry, and I am so thrilled you're here. As a content creator and coach, I've built a six-figure business to help women step into their power and share their stories with the world. My mission is to empower you to embrace your unique journey and every season this life has to offer. If you crave entertainment, guidance, and tools to transform your reality, you have come to the right place. So come with me on this adventure and truly give yourself the grace that you deserve. Let's dive into the show. Okay, we are live. Welcome to the show, Laura. I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Welcome to Give Yourself Grace. I am so excited to introduce you guys to this incredible human who I have the pleasure of not only knowing, but calling my friend. And I'm just so grateful that you are on the show. We have a lot to talk about today. We're going to just kind of ebb and flow and see where this goes. But I really want to introduce Laura for the amazing creative entrepreneur that she is. She has a passion for helping women embrace their inner sparkle as the founder and chief sparkle officer of Sparkling Alchemy. She has built a luxury brand that empowers women to celebrate their individuality through chic, permanent jewelry, boutique style piercing, celestial hair, sparkles, and unique experiential services. Giving back is the heart of her mission. Laura created the Sparkle of the Month initiative to support charities that help animals, women, and nature, combining her love for sparkle with a commitment to making a positive impact. Oh my gosh, there's so much here. Really, the foundation of how I know Laura and how I've come to know her, and when I first met her, it was your joy. Like literally from the moment I met you, it was just like, you have just a natural sparkle in your life. Not only do you do all of these amazing things, you also love to travel and like share your adventures online. I just like, where to even begin, but I would love for you to just tell the listeners kind of your business journey. And you've done a lot of different things, which I think will really give people insights as to like what it actually takes to be an entrepreneur and kind of how you got there in the first place too.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, I have done a lot of things. I've always considered myself like a Renaissance soul because I feel like I have so many different interests and like just variety of things that I really enjoy and that bring me joy. And so I've always tried to just kind of pursue my passions and like what I really like. And so I started in the corporate world, spent many, many years in the corporate world. I was a corporate event manager for over a decade. And then I made a complete career pivot into tech, and I worked in tech for like the last decade. And as part of that, I started my business in, I think, 2023. And initially it was just, I was navigating kind of a challenging work environment at the time, and I wanted a way to bring in some extra income. And so I was like, well, you know, what am I going to do? And I had been an actress, and I had done like the corporate events and things like that. And so I kind of looked at those. And then I was at an event where somebody was doing permanent jewelry, and I was just like, this is what I'm going to do, because like it's sparkly, it's pretty, I love jewelry. I mean, and so I like that day I went home and I like researched online and I found my training and I ordered my welder and I like started doing it. And like, I think within like 3 weeks I had like my first event. And it was crazy. And so then I started slowly building that business while I was working a full-time job. And, I mean, it was challenging for sure, but then I found that like this lights me up and I love it. I love it so much, and especially being in a difficult work environment that was the corporate side of things. And I feel like the universe has always been like putting things in my path that I didn't realize were the inclination to be an entrepreneur. Like I didn't realize that that's what I should do.
Yes.
Because I was never the person that was like, oh, this is what I'm going to be when I grow up. Like I still am discovering what I want to be when I grow up. And so I don't know. I mean, but I feel like the universe was always putting that in my path. Like go out on your own, do your own thing, like find what brings you joy and do that. And the money will come and you will make a living at it. And so I feel like when I started permanent jewelry, I really found my passion. And my business has grown over the last couple of years, and I left my 9-to-5 now, and I just
So wait, can we just repeat that one more time? What did you do?
I left my 9-to-5.
Oh my God.
I left
just 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Like, and that is on commitment to like what lights you up and what brings you joy. Like, the full surrender and trust and the knowing, like your journey is so unique. And I think a lot of people can relate to just like, being in corporate America and loving corporate America and like dedicating so much of your energy to these incredible careers, but hearing that little voice, that little push, sometimes that literal like slap in the face,
sometimes
from the universe, That's awesome. So right now, you've literally 3 months ago went all in on your business.
Yes.
What are you learning? Like, where are you at right now?
So it's so funny because I feel like being an entrepreneur, when you're in the corporate world and you're doing a certain job, like you know what your responsibilities are, you know what you're supposed to do, and you just kind of do it, and like that's your routine and that's what you do. And I feel like being an entrepreneur, like you don't really know what you're doing and you're sort of making it up as you go in some ways. I mean, obviously, yes, welding, I know how to do that, but as an entrepreneur, it's kind of like every day I'm learning something new. And that's one thing that has always lit me up. Like I love to learn. And whenever I was in a role or I was in a job and I felt like I wasn't learning anymore, I felt stagnant, like I was like, okay, what's the next thing? And so I feel like what I love about being an entrepreneur is that you're always learning. And like every day is different and every day is it's just so fun. And so it's been challenging for sure. I mean, obviously there's like the financial side of things because I don't have that steady paycheck anymore, like where I know every 2 weeks I'm going to get this amount of money, right?
Yes.
And so that's been an adjustment, trying to figure out like what is my slow season, what is my busy season, and how do I kind of fluctuate within those different time periods. But I mean, it's challenging, but it's exciting and it's fun, and it just lights me up and I love it.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So like, tell the viewers kind of like what types of products do you do? Because there's so much. Like you really had to teach yourself jewelry making, like even like piercing in general. All that stuff's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really lucky that I found some incredible mentors and incredible teachers in the industry. I mean, I did my training for permanent jewelry and learning how to weld and how to do this from the only accredited training program that's out there right now for permanent jewelry.
Oh, awesome.
And it was just amazing. And every question I had, they would answer, and it was just, because I'm the type of person that, yes, you can go online and you can like watch YouTube videos and whatever, but like for me, I like to be able to ask people questions. And when like I don't understand something or I'm not getting it, and I wanted like the fastest way to be profitable in this business, right? So for me, I was like, I just want to have somebody that's like a real person that I can ask my questions
100%.
to. And so, so I did that. I went all in, I learned how to weld. With the permanent jewelry, I learned all about the different kinds of metals. There's so much to learn. And like what's going to be best for permanent wear, because it's on your body all the time, right? So you have to have good quality metals. I learned how to close a jump ring. I learned how to add connectors. I learned how to, in addition to soldering, welding, because I love making jewelry, then I started taking jewelry classes to learn how to solder as well. And so I can make my own jewelry now too. And then the piercing I added, I guess about a year ago. So I've been doing piercing for about a year, and that was, again, I did a training program where I learned how to do it and how to line it up properly. And I have a very, very gentle system, which I appreciate because it's less trauma to the tissue than some of the other ones that are out there.
Awesome.
I learned how to do that, and I don't know, I've kind of just find different things, and then became a travel advisor because I love to travel. So I feel like following my passions and just figuring out what I love and how does that like align with this lifestyle brand that I'm building. And it's really just like everything that makes me happy is what I want to do.
Oh my God, chills all over my body. And just to reiterate that, like literally finding what lights you up, what makes you so happy, and then going after it. Like literally you have designed a life based on what you love. And we have talked about this before too, but like finding that support system, and like you and your husband have such a beautiful relationship.
Thank you.
And I know you've talked a lot about him too, to me, of just like, having that support system so that you can go after your dreams is huge. Whether it's mentors that you have connected with and like been in their world as well. It's just so nice to have that. And I just love that you guys, so talk to us a little bit more about travel, because I see you guys traveling all the time. I see your love for Disney.
Yes.
So kind of talk to me like what that is all about.
Sure. Well, so I was very fortunate that growing up, my mom was a travel agent, and so
same with mine.
Oh, that's so cool. No, I think I actually heard it on your podcast.
Yes. My mom's still a travel agent.
Oh, that's awesome.
In corporate.
My mom's retired now, but she was a travel agent for most of her career.
That's awesome.
And so I was very fortunate in that I traveled all the time because back then, especially in like the 70s and 80s, I mean, travel agents got major perks, and so we traveled all over the world, and I'd been to more countries than states, I think, by the time I was like 20.
Wow.
So it was really really, really cool. But that kind of lit that bug in me to always love travel. And then when I worked as a corporate event manager, I was traveling all the time as well as part of my job, and got to see, lots of different places that I hadn't been yet. And travel has always been ingrained in me from the time I was a kid, and I just love it. I feel like it opens up your horizons. It helps you appreciate home too.
Yes.
And it just, to be able to immerse yourself in different cultures and the different way people live, and the different, I don't know, it's so eye-opening, and it's so amazing and immersive. And I also just love the ocean, so every chance I can get to the ocean, I'm like, yes, please take me there.
You were literally speaking what is exactly in my mind. It's really weird.
I know, I feel like you're my little sister.
I know, but it's so true. Like, I always say it's like that language of like going to a place. I wish it was something that was required of every American citizen.
Yes.
Like, preferably go away at least for a month.
Yeah.
Like, it would change this world. We would all be very different, more like understanding, patient humans.
Absolutely.
And like, I'll never forget going away for my 4-month trip in Southeast Asia and coming back and literally feeling like I had learned a different language that no one else really understood.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how can you, like, I was never the same, because I knew that I could do that again, and luckily I had a man's at the time, I had a boyfriend, so that kind of kept me stable and around. Not stable and around. But you know what I mean? Like, otherwise I would have extended my stay.
Oh,
I would probably still be traveling right now.
You probably would be, yeah. So there was 2 things. I think when I said that I never really knew what I wanted to be when I grew up. I think if I could be like a permanent student and make money and just learn things, or if I could like just permanently travel and and do that. Like, I wanted to be like the Samantha Brown, right? Of like, and go around and do that. But
and just mirroring something back to you too, because like all of these things are so connected as to why we become entrepreneurs. And I do think we forget the reasons behind what we did, because we get so caught up in like the day-to-day, the hamster wheel of stuff. It's like, no, like, we created these businesses so that we could have more freedom, so that we could do the things that we love or spend it with the people that we love. And so, just your business and the way that you bring just joy through your art and through your jewelry and all of your services, like, is a literal physical manifestation, just a reminder of that too. And I hope, people listening can actually like resonate with that and just look to you as that permission slip. And I love how your business journey, it is such deeply connected to corporate, but you also always had your creative spin.
I did, yeah.
And you also acted. Like, so tell me a little bit about this, because people are like, what doesn't this girl do?
I know.
But it's true.
It's following like things that light you up and bring you joy and make you happy, because I feel like we are always in these roles, and you're a wife, and you're a mom, and you're a dog mom, and you're a daughter, and whatever else, and then your role at work, and it's like we have all these different hats in these different roles, and so we need to have joy in our lives. Like, that's so important to me, finding your joy and finding what lights you up, especially as women, because I feel like when women are lit up, like, we light up the world. Like, there's like, we just do, and it's just amazing. And so finding those moments of joy in your day, or even just things that, like, hobbies that just light you up, right? And so I feel like as an entrepreneur too, when you're an entrepreneur, I feel like your whole world is your business in a lot of ways, because it's what you do, and I'm trying to be better at boundaries, but at the same time, I love what I do. So if I'm responding to a DM at like midnight, like, I'm a night owl, so like, but like, being an entrepreneur, your business is like your life, right? And so I wanted to be very thoughtful in crafting my life to be what brings me joy and what I love doing. And so acting is part of that. I mean, I've acted since I was a little kid. I did musical theater for many, many years. I was part of a company in California when we lived there. When I went to university, I acted in a lot of the film school things that we did. And then we moved to Denver. And it was funny because I missed having that outlet in my life, because I was working corporate, and I'm like, I'm just going to go take an acting workshop. And I started doing that here in Denver, and I met the most amazing instructors and teachers and community, and then I just became a part of that community, and then I just got role after role after role, and like my INDB started filling up, and I'm like, this is amazing. And then, like, as life does, throws like a wrench in the works, right? And so I had a hiatus. Well, COVID happened, and so I haven't really done anything since COVID. But I just went back to my acting workshop again, and the same workshop that I was going to before, and just connecting with that community again. And it just lights me up. And now that I have the time and I can go and do classes, like, it just makes me happy, and I love it.
And that's on too, like, continued learning, like, even I think as adults, we also forget this. Like there are so many opportunities for you to go back to what you used to love as a kid, as an adult. And let us be the permission for you to do that. Like same here. Like I realized how much I used to love to act and sing and like put on performances for my family. So much so that I was like, I haven't done this since freaking high school. Yeah. There was a play in middle school where I got one flower roll and my one line was, wee! Because I grew. But I was like, what the hell? Because I just felt like I was better than that, you know, and it was kind of embarrassing. I was like, I want to, you know, after getting denied so many times.
There's no small roles, only small actors,
and,
right?
You know, exactly. So like as a young kid, I was like, you know what, I'm going to do something else. And what's crazy is from acting and singing and dancing, I moved into video production because they had an elective at my high school.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. They had like, we had mini DVs at the time and like VHS and stuff too. We were learning on very like just amazing equipment at that time. So we were really lucky and like our school was very generous and privileged to have that as an elective.
Yeah, that's
Some
amazing.
people even only have like photography and, you know.
Yeah, we had photography.
I wish I had taken photography to do the darkroom. I never did that. I did all the video electives. But looking back on the now, it's kind of funny how the journey brings you back. It's like you always come back to what lights you up, whether you realize it or not. Like you almost get forced into it. And so, or, you know, just the universe nudges you in that direction. And so taking classes, looking for opportunities where you can get back to what you love is so freaking important. And what a cool way to just like tap back into what brings you joy.
Yeah.
And I want to just reiterate this. When you do take those classes, like acting classes, it almost doubles your chances of like getting hired or getting in this like entrepreneurial spaces, because you realize like especially for skills like acting, you can actually profit from them. And so when you're like really being that forever student, you're almost giving yourself 10 times more of the opportunities because you're in those circles. You're having those conversations with fellow actors. You're in that community. Even though you might not be a full-time actor, like you're putting a leg in the door.
Absolutely.
And so
well, and a lot of times actors, I mean, they're creatives, right? And so then they create projects and you go and you do things together and then that just kind of goes from there and it just grows from there. And it's really awesome. And we're very lucky that being here, I mean, we're close to New Mexico, which is a pretty big market for acting. And so it's easy to go down to Albuquerque and audition and, you know, be on set for a day or two and then come back. And so we're very fortunate about that. And we're not that far from LA either, so it's good. Yeah.
I know. The creative scene, I definitely underestimated Denver. Moving here, I didn't realize like how much of a film and like creative art scene there is here. And there's just so much heart to it. I love that about Denver. And hopefully we have more tax bill passes when it comes to like bringing more feature films here.
Incentives, we need more union work for sure, especially as a SAG actress. It's like there's not a lot here in Denver right now. But I'm hoping with Sundance coming that we'll have some more opportunities as well.
And that, so just for those listening, Sundance in 2026 is coming to Boulder, which is huge. We should like start planning that week.
Yeah.
Like we should go in on an Airbnb or something together because that would be a great way for us to just like be in the scene. I would love to just like whether volunteer.
I was thinking of volunteering,
and just like being in that energy too. 'Cause, oh my God, talk about cool experiences nearby too. Okay, so tell me like what has been a really big, I know you have had a lot of pivotal moments, I will say. What has been like one of the toughest, and we've talked about finances too, so maybe, you know, little switcheroo here, but like, what has been one of the most pivotal experiences so far, like in your career and also just like in this new role of entrepreneurship?
Sure. That's a good question. I think I've had a few, like those turning points in your life. I was working in the corporate world. I was a corporate event manager. I was laid off from the job that I was doing, and I was like, okay, what's my next move?
Talk about the rug being pulled out from under you.
And it was something that I absolutely loved, and I was really, really good at it. And so then I was like, well, do I, continue to look for another job? And it was right when the market crashed, and so a lot of people weren't hiring for corporate event managers or marketing. Like a lot of times it was being outsourced. And so then I did a pivot and I went back to school and I learned how to write code and I did full stack web design and development and went into tech and learned out of that I didn't that was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Going back to school in your mid-40s to learn how to write code was crazy, but amazing and an incredible experience. And I learned through it that I didn't want to be a developer writing code all day, like 9 to 5, but I wanted something that would blend like my marketing and business communication background with my new tech skill set. Awesome. So I became a solutions engineer. And so then I was like talking to customers every day, understanding their pain points, trying to, understand what they were going through and how our software could help, benefit them, and doing a demo. And so that was really, really cool. And it was a great mix of that. So I did that for several years and then got laid off again.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, okay, what do I do now? And at that time, I was working in my business. I'd started my business doing sparkling alchemy, doing permanent jewelry. And I wasn't quite ready to go all in on entrepreneurship yet. I think I was just scared because it was not something that I'd ever done. And going out on your own is scary, right?
Yes.
And I was worried about finances, like how's it going to work? And so I got another job as a solution engineer, and then I found that it just wasn't lighting me up anymore. No. And I was living for like the evenings and weekends when I was doing my permanent jewelry, and I was out in the community and I was meeting people and I was helping them sparkle and then bringing joy to them and hearing their stories of, this is to memorialize my, my fiance that passed, or, my mom that passed, or my sister, and I had a lot of those stories, or people that were like coming together. They were couples and they're like, we want to get matching bracelets because we're getting married, or like besties coming together. And so like hearing those stories and that meaning behind it, it's like, I just love that. And it helps fuel like why I do what I do, because I just love connecting with people and I love hearing their stories and becoming a part of that story.
Yes.
And then every time they look at that, like they remember that moment and they remember why they got it. And so I feel like I got to the point in that role, in my corporate role, where I was like, I'm ready to just go all in and just trust myself and bet on myself and do it. And so leaving my 9 to 5 in May, I mean, that was a huge pivotal point for sure. Because I've never been an entrepreneur before, but like, I love it. And there's part of me that like wishes I would have done this sooner. Like when I was laid off the first time, like going, but I don't think I knew what I wanted to do at that point. And yeah, I could have fully gone into acting and like pursued that full time because I was having success at doing it part-time, but it was a little too scary for me. Like I wasn't ready to jump off that cliff. And I think everything kind of happens in your own time. In fact, I read something today, one of the people that's in our group posted, you're not behind, you're becoming.
Yes.
And that resonated with me so much because I've always felt that I was kind of like a few years behind. Like I didn't go to college until I was a little older because I saved up to pay my way through college. And so I was, I think 22 when I finally went off to university. So I was always like 4 years behind everybody.
Yes.
And so I feel like, but I loved that saying that like, you're not behind, you're becoming, because it's very true. And everything kind of happens in the right time. And so like, I was ready at this point in my life to become an entrepreneur and to step into it and do it. Whereas I don't think I would have had like the life experience or even the business experience if I had done it 10 years ago. And I feel like now is the right time and I'm loving it. And I found this amazing community of other women entrepreneurs that we just lift each other up and we cheer each other on. And like, I don't think that, you guys wouldn't have been in that same space, right? If I'd been an entrepreneur 10 years ago. So I feel like there's all these pivotal steps that happen and they happen in the way that they're supposed to. And I think when you find your joy and you find what lights you up, just do it, just go for it.
Yes. And life is too damn fucking short.
Too damn short. Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Yeah, to not do what you love. And I never wanted to be one of those people that was like, you spend so much time at work, right? Like, I don't want to do stuff that I don't enjoy.
And I feel like it's funny, like obviously we're in this digital age and we are trying to find ways to simplify and like spend less time doing these things. But at the same time, it's like we are naturally going to spend time doing work regardless. You're going to work for someone else or you can work for yourself, And not to say that corporate America isn't amazing too. Like there are so many amazing careers out there. But I think when you do find, like just what you said of just realizing you're exactly where you need to be and you're right on time. And you can be any freaking age just to get started. It does not matter.
It's never too late.
Like it's literally never too late. And I just love what you just said. So thank you for sharing so much. And so throughout your journey in so many different capacities, like what are some ways, especially right now in these pivotal moments, that you're giving yourself grace?
I think, so one of my things is like my confidence. I'm a pretty confident person overall. But I learned recently, just through doing some reflection, that my confidence comes from knowing things, and from being the expert at something, being a resource for other people that are learning. And when you're an entrepreneur, like, you're learning as you're going, and you don't have that that knowledge already. Like, at least I don't. And so for me, it was like realizing that and trying to find confidence in myself and in what I'm doing when I don't know the next step necessarily. Like, I know where I want to be, and I know, like, you know, so I'm just trying to find the baby steps to get there.
Yes.
And so as you navigate that, it's exciting and it's challenging and it's fun, but it's hard.
Yes.
And so trying to give myself grace in that I don't know everything, and it's okay to not know everything. And you will figure it out as you go, and just like trust in yourself and trust in your intuition, which is something that I've been trying to learn to listen to a little bit more. And you can feel in your body when it's right, and you can feel when it's not, right? And so I've been trying to learn to listen to that a little bit more and be a little more grounded in that, and giving myself grace, because it's so different from where I've been before. And so, yeah, just learning and being at peace with that, and forging forward.
Yes, and how lucky are we that at this exact time, in this exact age, we're able to do this. Like, I always try to remind myself that too.
Oh yeah, we're so lucky.
Like, think about the women that have come before us, thousands of years of just like creating families and having to take care of the household and not getting the chance to like choose what we want to do.
We could even have a credit card until the 70s, which was not that, 50 years ago. But yeah,
not that long ago.
Crazy. My husband and I were watching a TV show that takes place in the 60s, and it's fun to watch. And I actually made this comment to him last night when we were watching the episode. I was like, what an amazing time for women in the 60s and 70s, as we were sort of like taking our power and forging out on our own, and we could have careers and we could have jobs and we could do things that did bring us joy, you know, and I just love, and now we're in this amazing time where we can work remotely, and we can, you know, you can, if you want to travel and you've got a corporate job, or even if you're an entrepreneur, like, go and live somewhere else for like a month, and you can work from there. Like, it's amazing, the internet and everything that it's brought. Like, yeah, so I think it's just such a cool time, and there's no reason why you can't. There's so many opportunities out there. There's no reason why you can't find your joy and what lights you up and do that and make money at it. Like, it's just, it's, you know, because obviously money makes the world go round. Like, you have to have money. You have to be able to pay rent. You have to live somewhere. You have to have, you know, you have to eat, you know. Like, and so you need to have money. Like, that's the reality of life. But if you can make money doing something that you love, like, why wouldn't you do that?
I know. It's crazy. And like, you know, I always say too, because I didn't come from financial education. Like,
me neither.
Love my parents so much, but like, we didn't talk about that. I think I started to my mom, of course, brought me to like the local bank, and we started a savings account. Like, as a little kid, I just remember my little blue envelope and stuff, you know, like, but it's just, I never like relied on my parents for that. I really resonated with what you said about that pivotal moment of like the universe pushing you, but like having to make that decision, because I had a lot of side hustles, and like I was doing lead generation for startups out of like crazy weird things that I was working remote for.
What was the pool noodle thing you did?
Oh yes, I did some G flows with a friend too. Just like crazy stories that like I had been telling myself too, of like, you know, I really needed a kick in the butt to like make that choice. And from someone who doesn't have a financial education, like, if I can do it, so can you, right? Like, it's like, if anything, like approaching entrepreneurship with this mindset of like, money is energy. Like, and the moment I started thinking about money as energy instead of like this dark entity that we have to have, you know, like the flow and the ebb and the flow of money as energy. And like, I really do believe that the moment that you surrender and like really trust and start to believe yourself, and like, it's an energetic exchange just in that way of like saying to the world, I am here, like, I am doing permanent jewelry, I am acting, I am committing to whatever you decide that you love to do. That's the moment that things start to shift, and I swear it's like the universe rewards you. And of course, just the amount of energy that you're putting into it too, like it comes back. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to find that inner confidence. You have to choose you. We were talking about boundaries too. Like, oh my God, entrepreneurship is like a self-development journey that you friggin' don't even know where to begin. Like it is a forever learning process, and a forever like growing process too. And just what a cool journey and choice to make. And even in the freaking roller coaster, I mean, there are some days where I'm like, I'm out of here. Like, you know, like it does come up, those fears, those self-doubt. Like, it's not to say it's a positive experience all the time, but I just love the fact that I am creating my own dreams. I'm not helping someone else create theirs. And that to me is something like, I'll die on that hill, you know? But yeah, it takes guts. And I just applaud you, because 3 months in, I mean, it's been a long time of doing Sparkling Alchemy, but to surrender and know in that 3-month period and like, just to see you soar is so exciting. I'm cheering you on every step of the way.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's just the growth. It's crazy. Like, and you're right. When you go all in, and when you're passionate about it, and when you just lead with your heart and with like, this is what I'm doing, and like the opportunities come. It's just, I mean, and you're also right that like not every day is rainbows and sunshine. No,
it's not always rainbows and sunshine.
There are days where you're like, what am I doing and why am I doing this? But overall, like, to not have the Sunday dreads. that alone for my mental health has been amazing.
Yes. And we were talking today about like, I always have to remind myself, like, I literally control my schedule. It's almost like crazy, like how, like, you just get so caught up in like even booking calls. Like for me as a videographer and photographer, like I will do creative consultations. And so I literally have to remind myself, like, oh, Grace, like, you control your schedule. Like, you don't have to do all these calls all the time, you know? Like, there's this reminder of like, no, like, you are in charge of your business, your destiny. Like, there's nothing that you have to do. It's your choice to do them. And so there's just so much freedom in that too.
There is,
What are some boundaries that you're putting into place as a 3-month in full-time entrepreneur?
So this is what's really cool. So I was building my business while I was working full-time. And so it was like nights and weekends. I mean, I was going 24/7, it felt like, for so long. And I was tired. And so when I went all in on my business, I've decided to structure it where I have studio appointments open Thursday through Sunday in my studio. And that's when I will, take appointments and see people, and it's amazing. But I've set that boundary, like that's when I'm going to be there. I'm not going to be available 24/7 all the time. And then I am still working 24/7 in ways, because then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is when I like work on content creation, and I work on like the business stuff that has to get done, and expenses and finances, and like just the different things you have to do behind the scenes for your business when you're growing a business, and the calls that I'm having with people and things like that. But I've kind of set that boundary where I've got my open hours in my studio. I still do pop-up events. I still do markets, and a lot of times those are on the weekends or evenings. But having that like structure is so important to me. And I know that like when I wake up in the morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I've kind of got my plan, and obviously things get moved around depending on how the days are going. But I like having that structure and having that kind of boundaries set up in that way.
Good.
And so that's worked really well for me. I will say I'm not great at boundaries overall, because I think I just love what I do so much that when somebody reaches out to me about it and wants me to come and do a pop-up or wants me to like do a party or whatever it is, like, I just love communicating and being like, yes, let's plan this, let's do this. And so like, it doesn't feel like work to me. And I think maybe that's the key. Like, it doesn't feel like work. Whereas when I was working my 9 to 5, I loved what I did, but like I was done. Like I was ready to be done at the end of the day. Exactly. And like now I'm like sitting on the couch while we're watching TV at night, and I'm working on whatever it is I'm working on my computer, but it doesn't feel like work. And so,
And that's where time blocking is so good too, because I feel the same. Like, I really do love what I do. So there's so many times where I do have to kind of step back and be like, oh, like, I can be more present or like slow down more, but also like, with that being said, like, so to mirror something back to you, because I went full throttle August of 2023.
Good for you.
So that's when I sent in my 2 weeks notice and like literally fully sent it into my business. But I had started in 2019. And so I think it took me a solid 3 years just to get out of the like full time all the time. Because like it was a season of yes. And that season of yes, I took on a lot of opportunities. And I honestly, like I will say, looking back on it now, every like free opportunity that I did take on to the begin with, or the trade to like get more exposure, or whatever that looked like, was worth it.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy because I met amazing connections, or it was like 1 or 2 people that I connected with at that event, and then got like, it blew
Went to
up.
your next one, yeah.
One time I had a golf tournament, this amazing woman actually runs a nonprofit. Shout out to Bodhi Battalion. But it was just crazy because her daughter was getting married and literally was able to book like $1,000 wedding package, a couple thousand. And it was like from a free event that I helped as a nonprofit and gave them a video, and they just got in my energy. And there's something to be said about that. Like that season of yes, putting your energy where it matters, and just figuring out along the way, like where you need to kind of set better boundaries too.
Yeah.
But I'm still in that season of figuring out those boundaries.
Exactly.
It's a forever thing for sure.
It is. But like last night, I was like, well, I'm not going to work tonight. So I didn't. And we just watched TV and like, relaxed and went for a walk. I'm like, yeah. So
I know. It's
I'm
so
getting
good.
better at recognizing when I need to push and when I need to just like step back. And it's okay to go get a massage, or it's okay to like,
treat yourself.
treat
too.
yourself a little, yeah.
Good. So how can we support you right now in this season of entrepreneurship, or the season of yes, I should say?
Yeah.
Yeah. And where can people find you? Kind of talk about that too.
Sure. So, well, obviously I'm on socials. So I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. I'm on TikTok, but I don't post very often.
We're changing that.
I'm hoping Grace will help me with
Yes.
that. But at Sparkling Alchemy Jewelry is my handle on Facebook and Instagram, well, all of them. And then my website, sparklingalchemy.com. My travel is Laura's Wanderland.
Cool.
So not Wonderland, but Wanderland. And that's my travel advising services. I'm a travel advisor with Once Upon a Wish Travel.
Oh, love.
Which I love. And yeah, so that's where you can find me online. I guess in terms of support, I mean, following me would be great. If you are looking for permanent jewelry or a piercing, or you want to do
And she does travel,
something.
folks.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm fully mobile. So I have my studio space where I take kind of one-on-one or a couple people at a time in my studio. But yeah, I'm mobile, so I can travel to you if you have a party or something.
Awesome.
And it's very fun.
And
or
what
come
is-
see me at events, because I do a lot of markets too locally.
Yes, she does. She does have an amazing market calendar too. So talk to me. One last question for you, I should say. What is like Laura's next big thing? Like, what are you like leaning into most?
So on this journey that I've been on for the last couple of years, as I've been growing my business and finding the possibilities, and I've realized that like what lights me up is this connection that I get to make with people when I'm doing permanent jewelry and when I'm meeting them. And so I've got some things in the works that I'm excited about. I'm getting close to launching a membership where I can just help people like find their joy, find what lights them up, and help them do that, and provide little moments of joy throughout the day that you can just see and resonate with. And so I'm building that. But I'm building this lifestyle brand really all around living your joy, like embracing your sparkle, living your joy, like find what lights you up, because I fully believe when you're lit up, we light up the world. Like we just do. And that's so important to me. And so I just want to help people. Like I want to inspire and empower others to live a life they love, because I feel like I've finally found that for me. And I've been searching for it like my whole career, I feel like, and I've finally found it. And so I just want to spread that joy to others. Yeah.
Oh, I love that so much. I love it so much. Thank you so much for sharing and for being here. This has been absolutely amazing, and I'm so grateful for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And check out Laura. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe to all of her beautiful things, because she is just an incredible human, and I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you too.
Thank you. Yay! We did it.
That was so fun.
Thank you so much for listening. Your support means everything to me. If you found this episode inspiring, please share it on your social media and tag me. I'd love to thank you personally. And as always, sending you love and rooting for you. See you in the next episode.